Hello. Hey, Catherine. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You're looking good.
Oh, thank you. You
Mhm.
too. For those that don't know me, my name is Catherine. I am the creator of Mom Talk Educate, which is a YouTube channel and also mentoring classes and courses and a mentoring program that I actually had the opportunity to join. So, what year did you join? And were you were in the 12-month program, I believe.
Yes, I joined for 12 months and I think I started somewhere in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And so, can you tell me about your photography experience before taking the program?
Yeah. So initially I started just like as a family photography, doing a bit of maternity, and newborn was an area that I was kind of so scared to enter. And then I started to kind of, buy a few courses here and there, watch some tutorials, and I kind of started to experiment with a couple of babies, but it was so scary. And the pictures always ended up looking, absolutely nothing like what I see or what I would expect, because then it's the light, it's the posing, it's the props, it's a lot of things, and even just putting the baby to sleep was hard, honestly. So when I did my first couple of sessions, it was a complete disaster and I was like ready to give up. And then a friend of mine who actually did your course as well, she invited me over to help her with a twin session. And then after the session, I was like, oh my God, this was amazing. Like, how did you do that? And she was like, it was Catherine's course. You need to get that course. You need to join her, and everything will change for you. And so I checked your course out and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this because, I really love that field, but I just don't have the confidence. I don't know how to put the baby to sleep, how to fix the light, the posing, like everything looked off, but I
Yeah.
had no idea why it was off.
Yeah.
That's where I started with you.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that is, yeah, that's like a scary area to start.
I know.
Like scared of getting a baby to sleep and confidence. So, how would you say everything has changed since joining the mentoring program?
I think if I was able to show you a before and after right now, it would kind of speak a million words, but definitely just like maybe even 3 months into the program, my work was completely different. The thing that I truly loved about the course is that it covered every single aspect. So I was able to figure out what was really wrong. I wasn't even sure why the pictures were bad, but you covered light, posing, putting the baby to sleep, setting up the studio and the bed and the heat and the props that you use. So I kind of changed everything 100%. And then when I did my first session afterwards, I was finally kind of proud of the work. Like I felt like, oh, this is something that I could possibly charge for. And then one extremely changing point for me is when you actually attended the session with me on Zoom and you fixed things. Because then that was like, oh, that's what I was doing wrong. Because you were able to fix me, on the moment. And that was
Yeah.
one of my favorite sessions, by the way, until now. Like the pictures were just perfect. I wish I can have you in every session. Um, so yeah, I just like everything got fixed, the angles and the posing, because you cover every single thing in the course. I bought new props because you recommended all these beautiful new shops. I was like buying cheap stuff from Amazon before that.
But that makes a big difference too in your work though. And I don't advise to like, go nuts, but there are some essential things that you can add into your prop collection that you can use over and over and over and over with every session. And because they're such beautiful pieces, you don't get sick of them. Like when and they photograph well. Like when you buy something that's cheap and maybe it's too big or maybe it photographs bad or whatever the reason is, there's a reason why there's newborn prop vendors, because a lot of them started as newborn photographers but couldn't find the items they needed, and so they opened up their own shops. And so that is one of the things. There's specific good ones out there. Not every vendor is good, but when you can get recommended to the good ones, then it really does help.
No, I think it definitely helped because I think I was struggling with that area too. Like I didn't have the right props, I didn't have the right colors, I didn't know how to put up, a good setup. So even if I was able to get the baby to pause, everything else wasn't in the right place. So the pictures just never looked like the ones I saw, and I kind of felt like I wanted my work to look like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to share your work on Instagram because I really love the way you've developed your style. Like I feel like, well, you can even see with your faux brick backdrop, behind you that, you've really like encompassed a specific style and you're running with it. And I love that. And you're very creative with your styling and your setups and everything. So I'm just going to pull that up
Yeah,
and show it off.
sure.
So this is her Instagram account, and you can check out her website. It'll be linked and the Instagram account below the video. So make sure you go and follow her and say hi to her and tell her you watched her interview. So I absolutely love it. Like I've just got to show like really natural, beautiful family posing as well as like the newborn. Like I really love that you took what you wanted and you ran with it. Like you're using your space to the best that you can.
Yeah. And I
And
think that's the beauty of you teaching us all the details, because then you can take it and you can again tweak it and change it. Like you talked about natural light and artificial light. You talked about, different props and posing. So everybody is able to kind of take that and implement it the way they want to do it, which was beautiful.
awesome. Love it. So cute. And I got to show off this twin session that you did. Like,
Oh my
oh my
God.
gosh, so proud of you. Like you did
I was
so good.
They were actually so good. They did so much better than like a lot of single babies. They just slept
I
through the
do
whole
find
thing.
that with some, like most twins, it's like they know they just have to sleep. They're like, we better be good.
Yes. So I was so scared before that one. And I watched your tutorial for twin videos, like I think 3 times the couple of days before. I printed all the poses that you did, and I'm just gonna follow
Well,
Catherine's flow.
I can
And
see that yeah, you got it. You did awesome. Like, I'm so impressed. Beautiful. And I
And
like,
that's one thing that I would have never attempted to do before the course. Like never, not in a million years. Like, but you just made me so confident to do it, because also with your live videos, like all the other courses I got, it would be like it's an edited video of what happened. So it doesn't
yeah,
show, what happens when the baby cries or wakes up or any of those things. But when you show the lives, it's like, yeah, this is what truly happens, baby poops and cries, and like this is how Catherine handles it. So it just gives me so much confidence when I'm in the session as well.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience and, everything that, you went through before doing the course, the mentoring program. And then after, would you say that you're like a lot more confident now with your work and your consistency and your editing?
absolutely. Editing is actually a breeze now. I don't take a lot of time in editing at all, because the pictures are good to start with. Like,
Yeah.
with everything that you do with the light and all of that, you're already kind of ahead of a lot of people. So editing is a breeze. And then if I do have a session that's hard to edit, I do have all the tools and the presets from you that makes it easy. So definitely I go into every session, feeling absolutely confident. I'm happy with my work. I'm proud of it. And I'm happy to charge what I really think, is the value, because I'm happy with the work.
That's amazing. And I
Yeah.
just have one little bonus question. I know that pricing was a big thing for you. And so how would you say you have implemented changes with your pricing
Yeah.
since following my advice anyways?
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I also wanted to say, that knowing how to pose and get nice pictures is one thing, but knowing how to run your business and get the right pricing and get your SEO and all of that is another thing. And I love that the course actually handled both. And so since joining, I've been getting much more inquiries because my SEO is getting better. And I was able to maybe even triple my prices, if not more, with confidence. Like I don't feel salesy. I don't feel worried when I say my pricing. And that was all because of your guidance. Now, it took time and it took a lot of work on the mindset to get there. Like, I didn't do it the first or the second or even the third month. But
Yeah,
when I did it, this is when I felt like, okay, my business is making sense. Before that, it was more of a side hustle. It wasn't really bringing in income that makes sense, to be honest. But now, not only am I proud of the work, I'm actually making income that I can depend on. And I'm only working a couple of hours a week. I'm not like burned out or anything. So learning how to price and how to get customers, I think it was a big bonus in the course, because again, I could do the best photos, but if I can't get that part right, then what does it really help me with?
Exactly. And I find that that is probably one of the biggest struggles for most newborn photographers, is that they could be the most amazing newborn photographer ever. But if nobody can find them
Yeah,
and nobody is going to pay them, then what's the point? Like, yes, you
exactly.
can do it for the love of it, but if you're going to be spending time away from your family and spending time doing it, then you might as well be making an income that you can live on.
Exactly, exactly. And honestly, when you are making a proper income, you are also able to invest in the right props, in the right lenses, in courses and continued education. So you are improving as you are, pricing yourself better. You have the time to actually, edit all these galleries and give it your time because you're pricing it right. So it actually goes both ways. It benefits me and it benefits, my clients too, because they are getting higher quality work from me when I price my stuff right.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. So you can follow her on Instagram and on her website. I'm going to link all of it in the description below the video. And thank you so much.
You're welcome, Catherine. Thank you. Honestly, like joining this program was one of the best decisions I took in my business, to be honest. Like, I highly, highly recommend that if anyone is starting in that field, um, join Catherine. But if you don't, like, find a proper workshop that's going to teach you everything from start to finish in terms of the posing, the light, and the business side of things as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
So this is my mentoring program, momtalklessons.com. You can find all the information on what the program includes. And there are many different aspects to this program. And I'd love to just walk you through some of the things that makes this amazing. So this Newborn Posing Photography Academy has 6 months worth of group support and coaching. And in the first module, it's going to include so much, but it also includes contracts, newborn safety, basically mastering how to do a model call, pricing for profit, not just, to make ends meet, and also a cost of doing business calculator. Okay, module 2 is going to walk you through all the detailed lighting, setups, equipment. I have a very thorough lighting tutorial that's going to teach you exactly what you need to look for when you are posing a newborn, as well as a diagram that you can download. As well as we have module 3 with posing tutorials. So all of the poses are actually broken up into individual videos for quick referencing. You'll also have a workflow that you can download, as well as resources such as downloadable PDFs that show you angles to avoid and how to get the most out of each session. Then we have module 4 that includes the recorded newborn lives. Now, this is super beneficial for those that want to watch, all of it rather than having a detailed tutorial or a edited tutorial. This will show you how I soothe, how I interact, how I set up, how I handle everything that happens during a newborn live or newborn session. And then module 5 will cover everything for editing and culling and basically everything that you need to deliver your images to your client. So that's all covered in module 5. And then our bonus is actually a full one-on-one workshop day with me at my studio in Edmonton, Alberta. And so you're going to, take everything that you learn from the online courses or the online modules and really see them in action in real time at my studio with me one-on-one. We also have a full month of SEO services with our expert, Dave Rosen, and he is fantastic and he will teach you what you need to learn for your SEO. Okay, you can go through these testimonials at your own convenience. This program does include 2 monthly Zoom calls as well as audio. You can listen to the videos if you don't want to watch them. And then it also has a private Facebook mentoring group where I will stream a newborn live if one happens over the next couple of months. There's also 4 pre-recorded newborn sessions that are in module 4. So you have plenty of content to go through. I do go over the pricing and why and how to make sure that you are pricing for profit. And you have 2 options to join. So I have broken up the pay in full into 6 monthly payments. So if you are interested in doing a month-to-month payment, it's 6 months commitment and it's $387 per month, or a one payment of $2,300. So fill out an application. It's very easy. I will reach out to you over WhatsApp. In the application, you do have to give me your WhatsApp contact info so that we can chat and make sure that we're a good fit for each other. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. You can email me, momtalkeducate@gmail.com. You can also check out all of this information at momtoglessons.com. And this really is the perfect fit for you if you are a creative and you want to get help at getting better at your newborn posing, and you're ready to ditch the imposter syndrome that so many have and suffer from, and if you've got the desire and motivation to work hard. And this definitely isn't for you if you already think your work is perfect and you don't want to improve your skills and you don't want to have an amazing community to support you. Okay, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this interview, and I hope to see you inside the mentoring program.